Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome to another 10-minute gameplay video. This time we are taking a look at the map 9, which is my favorite of the Chaos maps. Now, there's only 2, so I like this map a little bit more than Voyage of Despair, but 9 is really fun, and I love the atmosphere that it gives off. It's totally what you would expect from some sort of Coliseum where battles are taking place. You fight some bosses. There's fire, there's tigers, and in this particular gameplay I was playing with a bot. So the bot, or the computer, was who I was playing with as Diego. So overall, with bots, man, let me just rant a little bit about the bots, okay? So the bots are good because you can get quotes from them, but at the same time it seemed like they didn't open doors. They grab power-ups when you don't want them to. So for example, I think in this game particularly, I was on round 2 and I killed the last zombie. It dropped the double points, then he just grabbed the double points at the end of the round. So I basically had like 5 seconds to use the double points at the end of the round, which was completely useless. So for that, I don't like the bots. Now, I'm thinking of possibly making a funny series about the bots and basically watching their perspective and see how dumb they are and how annoying they can be, but we'll save that for a time down the road. But don't steal my ideas, all right, guys? But overall, I love 9. I love the atmosphere that it gives off. I'm in the Danu section. Now, there's 4 different sections. So you have Danu, you have Ra, you have Odin, and you have Zeus. So all 4 of the locations each have their own perk that you can pre-assign before the game even starts, which I think is really cool. Now, the box always ends up showing up here at this statue of Caesar, I believe. It's some sort of like Roman statue. Now, lucky enough, I was able to get the Titan at the start of the game, which is probably the best LMG, or one of the best in the game, which is really nice for taking out like bosses and zombies and things like that. Now, for me, whenever I seem like playing this game, I always try to get out of like the bottom area if I can at the start of a new round. It seems like the middle area is just the most open, so it kind of drew me there every single time. So I don't know if that was just how I like to play in like open areas, but it just seemed to be the safest. Now, one thing that they did do in order to not force you to go to the middle every time is there is fire there, but I feel like the area is still big enough even with the fire that you can completely avoid it if you want, and it was fairly easy to like train. Now, right there was a tiger. Now, the tigers are really weak. They're basically a little bit stronger than dogs, maybe like 150% of a dog. So it does take a few more shots than like a normal dog would on like, say, Blood of the Dead or something. So that's not too bad. The tigers are really easy to kill. The only thing is they do deal a pretty big amount of damage, and they're kind of like the denizens where you can see like the claw marks on your face on your screen, which I thought was kind of cool because it reminded me of the denizens. And good thing they're not denizens because I freaking hate those things, but still the tiger wasn't too annoying or anything, which I thought was a good thing. Now, I really like how this map has so many different enemies. On round 15, you get the Blight Father, which is like the boss with the huge, like in the intro and all that stuff. And on various other rounds, you get like a new boss every few rounds. Once you get past like round 8, I believe, is when the first boss spawns with like the spikes that stab Shaw in the intro or the like music video that we got. So overall, I really do enjoy this map a lot. Now, right now, I am in the Pack-a-Punch room, and at this point, when I was playing this game, I didn't actually know how to Pack-a-Punch. It was something that I figured out like later on. So, unfortunately, I don't actually end up Pack-a-Punching in this gameplay. I will have a guide for that, so make sure you guys are subscribed and all that stuff so that you don't miss a video. But overall, I think that this map definitely has a lot of potential as having a really fun like storyline and also Easter egg because of the unique stuff that goes on the map, and all the bosses are gonna make it a little bit more challenging. I'm kind of curious to see how strong the bosses are when scaled up to 4-player, if they get a lot stronger than like solo, for example, but we'll kind of have to wait and see. Now, you guys may notice the little like armor that is next to the health bar of 150, and basically every time you pull out a specialist weapon you get the armor, and then the armor goes away. Now the armor just protects you from like one hit. So for example, say you basically have 200 health, and if you get hit then you go down to 150 and lose the armor while your specialist weapon is out, which I thought was interesting. Now you also may notice the zombie hand with like a thumb, and it's green. That is completely based off of the fans in the stands and their thoughts. So as you can see, I'm on round 8. One of those dudes spawned, so it seems like the most logical thing that I did was just go to the middle area. Now I did have to worry about the fire, which was kind of annoying, but this dude dies so quickly when you have an LMG, which is really nice. They're really not bullet sponges. If you aim for the head, they will die fairly quickly, which is really nice. And also you can knock off the armor on his head so that he dies like basically right away. So I did get an insta kill, and that's why he died so fast. But it acts kind of like Brutus, where you knock off his helmet and then you can shoot his head and he has less health. It's exactly the same as Brutus pretty much. I would say he's a little bit stronger, and he can jump around, which Brutus can't. He can just run at you. So that's the like only difference between those two. Now here I got a drop for the specialist weapon, which is really nice that they add these into the rotation. And once again, if you end up like using it and then you put it away, whatever health of that specialist weapon you have left, it's just going to be added till the next time you get a full charge, which I think is a really good thing. So as you can see, we're up here by the Danu statue, and it looks like there was another boss round. I think this might have been the Tigers. I'm not 100% sure on that though. But the Tigers do have their own special round, and I don't really know why that lit on fire, to be honest. I haven't really experienced like the map too much. I think it only lights up on like special rounds. That would make sense. But as I already said, they're extremely weak, so they just open up one of the things and there's like gas in there, so the Tigers run out at you, and it's really not that epic or anything. I thought they were gonna be a lot stronger and like more of a challenge, but they're really not. It was just like a basic simple thing. Now they may make them stronger if it's like 4 players. So like I said, this was a game where I was just playing solo with a bot, and the bot didn't really do anything, to be honest. Didn't open doors. It grabbed power-ups you didn't want, which is kind of annoying. Now I don't know what happens if like the crowd is red and like the thumb is pointing down. So it was kind of like pointing upward in this game. I don't know what I did in order to do that. I think like the more bosses you kill, or like the higher the round you get or something like that, it just has a more positive reaction. Now there's a bridge to go over here to the raw area, or you can just buy it from the middle. And also on the other two, the Odin and Zeus ones, there is a bridge as well that you can open in order to go to the other side from those. So basically the Danu and the Ra ones are connected, and then the Zeus and the Odin ones are connected. So as you can see, I just called a contender from Danu. So now this is how you open Pack-a-Punch. So as you can see, I got the Knight dude who spawned, and I'm pretty sure he made down my teammate. I'm not sure, but whenever you call a contender, just try to go somewhere that's like fairly open and you have a good clear shot on. So the guy that was there was actually the guy with like the 2 axes, and he did throw the axe at me, and it really doesn't do that much. Now it seemed like my teammate was mostly the one that was like doing a lot of damage to him, which helps a lot. And we also got one of these guys, and as you can see, he dropped a head. So you have to get 4 heads total, and you also, one of the heads is going to be a tiger head from killing the tigers. Now one thing that I thought was really cool is you get blood on the gun, which was really cool. I thought that was like a nice feature that they added in. Now overall, the other bosses are just super easy. The bot actually did a good job of killing, but other than that, it doesn't really help you too much. So I wouldn't really recommend playing with a bot if you can actually play with a friend or something. But I was just going around calling in these contenders because I wanted to pack a bunch in this gameplay and all that stuff. So it is pretty cool, but other than that, there isn't really too much going on with that. So there is one of the bosses again. You get two at the same time usually, unless you get the tigers. So as you can see, my teammate went down, the bot did, and I think I ended up going down, so that's why I cut the gameplay there. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.